Hello, welcome to everyone. Welcome to Korean. So we are going to learn principles of programming and algorithm. So what is programming algorithm? You can think of a programming algorithm as a recipe that describes computer to solve a problem or reach a goal. We all have seen food recipes. They list the ingredient needed and a set of steps for how to make the described meal. Well, an algorithm is just like that. In computer language, the word for a recipe is procedure and the ingredients are called input. Your computer looks at your procedure, follow it into letters, and you will see the result, which is called as output. A programming algorithm describes how to do something and your computer will do it exactly the way every time. Well, it will once you convert your algorithm into language it understands. So let's begin with it. Introduction to problem solving concept. A problem is any situation in which you have a starting point, a set of direction, and you need to create a solution or answer. So whenever there is any problem, we need to have a set of direction, or we have a set of direction to create a solution or answer. Now, definition of problem. The basic definition of problem is: a problem is any issue or obstacle which make it difficult to achieve a desired goal, objective, or purpose. So whenever there is any issue or obstacle which make it difficult to achieve a goal, that is the basic definition of problem. Now, problem solving is a sequential process of analyzing information related to a given situation and generating appropriate response option. So problem solving is what? Whenever we need to solve a problem, we need to have understand the problem first, gather the informations related to it, and then we need to generate an appropriate response to it. Now, definition of problem solving. The basic definition of it: problem solving is the process of working through detail of a problem to reach a solution. Now, problem solving is a thinking process. It includes first step is understand the problem, second is plan a solution, third is carry out the plan, and fourth is examine the result of accuracy. Now, problem solving steps. Problem solving steps is there are 5 problem solving steps. First is identify, gather facts, generate options, evaluate and implement, and monitor results. So in defining a problem means identifying a problem means in almost every problem solution methodology is first is to define or identify the problem. It is the most difficult and the most important of all the steps that we need to gather the information related to it, related to the problem. Now, fact gather. Some means of gathering data are like defining key terms, discuss the problem with someone else, get the viewpoints of other. This is the way which you can by which you can gather facts. Now, generating options. We also need to generate an alternative options for it. One way of identifying potential solution is to represent the problem either internally or externally. Some tools used are like say, systematic trial and error, proximate searching, means and fractional method, and knowledge based. Then fourth is evaluate and implement. Make a list of different options that you have generated. Select one or more solution option from near the top of your list to try. To evaluate to evaluation of your implementation is not based on whether or not you followed the steps, but on whether or not your goals are met. Now, fifth is monitor result. Reapply measurements to confirm that changes has taken place. Check to ensure that the changes do not negatively impact another area. Provide sufficient information and training so that the changes can take place and be sustained. Reflect on the problem solving procedure used. What should be done differently? Now we go for problem solving techniques. Basically, there are 3 problem solving techniques: trial and error technique, brainstorming technique, and divide and conquer technique. Now, trial and error technique. This technique we generally use when we have limited number of options available. Trial and error approach is to problem solving involves trying a number of different solutions and ruling out those which do not work. This approach can be a good option if we have a very limited number of options available. This method is often used by people who have little knowledge in the problem area. Advantages are easy to implement. Second is this method is best in a solution where we have more test subject. Disadvantages is time consuming. Now second is brainstorming technique. Brainstorming technique is a group creativity technique designed to generate a large number of ideas for a solution of a problem. Brainstorming technique is often seen in workplace where a work group meets to consider and create a multiple ideas. In this method of shared people solving problem solving, in which all members of a group spontaneously contribute ideas for a solution of a problem. Advantage is easy to understand, and second is if controlled properly it is quick way to generate idea. Disadvantages is as it is group activity, so patience is important. Now third is divide and conquer method. This technique is divided into several smaller groups. The name divide and conquer is because the problem is conquered by dividing it into a several smaller problems. Divide and conquer is an approach of solving a problem that is special case of means analyze. In divide and conquer, one solve a problem by first defining the sub goal that involves solving a smaller version of the same kind problem. Now advantages is easy to solve the problem because it is divided. Disadvantages is complicated for simple problems. Now we will go for program development cycle. So in program development cycle, basically there are 6 steps. First step is problem definition, second is problem analyze, third is program development, fourth is coding and documentation, fifth is testing and debugging, and sixth is maintenance. So first, problem definition. It is very important that you need to understand the problem you are trying to solve. Make sure you read the problem specifically carefully. Now second is problem analyzing. There are several ways to describe a problem design. The program design. Two common methods are flowcharts and pseudocode. Now pseudocode is a simple way of writing program code into simple English language. Flowchart is a graphical description of a program design that uses combinations of various standard flowchart symbols. Then third step is after deciding a algorithm to it or flowchart, we need to write it first in a simple English language and then we need to code it. So in fourth step, to code a program means to translate the design into a computer programming language. Code the program by entering into your IDE text editor or any text editor on your computer system. Make sure that you save the program to disk before proceeding to the next step. Now fifth is testing and debugging. Once you compile and link the program, you are ready to execute the program. Executing the program is usually quite simple. Now we also need to test in every possible way. Even if the program executes, it doesn't mean that your program is correct. Even if a program gives result using some data, it doesn't mean that your program will give correct result using another set of data. Thus program should be tested for various possible sets of data and should be debugged everywhere required. And then sixth step is maintain. Now algorithm. An algorithm is a finite set of precise instructions for performing a computation or solving a problem. So when it's a finite number of steps to solve a problem. Definition of algorithm is a set of instruction for solving a problem. Now characteristics, there are 5 characteristics. First is input, second is output, third is definiteness, and fourth is fitnessness, and fifth is effectiveness. First, input. An algorithm must have 0 or more quantities as input which are externally supplied. Second is output. After processing the statement in algorithm, step by step statement will generate some result, hence at least one output must be proceed. Third is definiteness. Each instruction must be clear and distinct. Fourth is fitnessness. The algorithm must terminate after a finite number of steps. And fifth is effectiveness. Each operation must be definite, also it should be feasible, that is practically it should be possible. Flowchart. This planning is represented symbolically with the use of flowchart. A solution of every problem should be planned in effective manner by step format. This planning can be symbolically represented with the use of flowchart. A flowchart is a graphical representation of a program, follow, or an algorithm of a problem to be solved. Definition is graphical representation of a process is called as flowchart. Flowcharting symbols. Now flowcharting symbol, first symbol is process. Process is used an operation or whenever there is an operation or action. Second is terminator. Whenever there is start or stop point, we use process symbol, we use a terminator symbol. Now decision, a question or a branch, whenever there is a question or branch we use decision. Now data input and output indicates data input and output to and form data, to form a process data. Predefined process, a formally defined sub process. For document, a document or a report, whenever we need to generate a report or document, we use document symbol. Multi documents is the same as a document, but whenever there is a multiple documents we use multi document symbol. Preparation, a preparation or a set of process step. Whenever there is a set of process steps or we need to prepare for it, we go for preparation. Connector, to jump from one point to another. Then is page of connector, continuation into another page. Merge, merge multiple process into one. So exact is measurement, is used for measurement. Stored data, data storage symbol in flowchart. Then magnetic disk, the database itself, when this symbol is used for database. Then it's direct access storage of hard disk on the hard disk. Then link, flow line indicates the direction of data flow. Now difference between algorithm and flowchart. So algorithm, flowchart. Algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a problem, and flowchart is a diagrammatically diagram created by different shapes to show the flow of data. Algorithm is a step-by-step process. We will see one example so you will get an idea what is an algorithm and what is a flowchart. Algorithm is complex to understand, flowchart is easy to understand, and in algorithm plain text are used, in flowchart symbols, shapes are used. Algorithm is easy to debug, flowchart is hard to debug. Algorithm is difficult to construct, so flowchart is simple to construct. Algorithm does not follow any rule, flowchart follows rules to be constructed. Algorithm is pseudocode for the program. Flowchart is just a graphical representation of that. So let's see an example. Write an algorithm and flowchart to enter any two number and display the sum on the screen. So first let's understand the question. We need to enter any two number, and in third variable we'll store the result, we'll print the result, that is sum of two numbers. So let's write an algorithm. Step 1 is start, step 2 is input A and B. We'll input any two values in A and B. In third step we'll in C variable we'll store the value of A and B. We'll do the sum of A plus B, will store in C. In fourth step we'll print the output, that is output C. In fifth step we'll stop the algorithm. Let's write an flowchart. First we'll start, in second we'll input A and B. In C is equals to A plus B, we'll print C and we'll stop the flowchart. So if you like the video, please hit the like button, comment and subscribe. Thank you.